Alright, so in this exercise, you are challenged to make a virtual BeadLoom, a virtual Navajo BeadLoom. And you will notice in Google Classroom there's a link to access this mathematic software so that you can complete the BeadLoom. Now, you have to first pick a BeadLoom that you wish to try to replicate. You can use this tool to find one that you want to remake, or you can also, can't get that to close, or you can also find one online if you wish. There are many, you can do Google searches for them, or you can look at the BeadLoom patterns here as well. So regardless, you are first challenged to pick a BeadLoom that you want to try to replicate or remake. So let's say, for example, that I want to try to make this BeadLoom. I'm going to try to remake this. So I have to, by the way, put a screenshot of the BeadLoom I wish to make. I'm to put a screenshot of it in the Google document. I also have to answer questions on some research about the BeadLoom, on why it's symmetrical, what kind of material did it require, and there's articles you'll see in Google Classroom that explain that. You can look at this article or this article, or you can do your own Google searches or any search to try to answer these questions. But then you are challenged to make a BeadLoom using this tool. So let's say I want to try to recreate this. So I could simply do this point by point. So say I choose this color. I'm trying to choose something close to this, and I could actually just go and click and create point by point. So say I want to start at X coordinates. This is my X axis and this is Y axis. So I'm going to put this first bead, I'm trying to replicate that bead right there at this point. Well, that would be at X axis -1, and it's -Y1. So it's X -1, Y -1. And I could just click create, and it would create one bead. Well, that's great. And I could do the next bead, which would be down 1 and over 1. So now it would be at -2x and then -2y. And I could create that bead, and I could continue to go down and do that. But there's easier ways to do this. You'll notice if you click this drop down that there are other ways you can do a line, you can do a rectangular pattern, you can do a line pattern, you can do triangular, and you can do iteration. Iteration's a fancy word for looping or continuing to do some process over and over. So I'm going to use a line pattern, and I want to go from -1. I'm just kind of guessing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now let's do 9. So I want to go from X -1, Y -1 down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm going to go to -9, -9. So I'm going to go for X -1, Y -1, and I want to make a line to X -9, Y -9, and that should create a diagonal line at that point. So now if I just continue to recreate that idea, now I want to shift the whole line over 1. So I'm still using the exact same Y coordinates, but I want it to go over 1 with X. I'm going to start now at -2x and go to -10x. And I can recreate that line. And then I can just continue to, because the pattern that I've chosen, I have, looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, about 6 of these. And I can just continue to do that until I create 6 lines of that color. And then I can shift to another color. So let's say that I do that, and now I want to shift to the orange color. So you could actually take this up to the x-axis of 0. But so now I want to go to orange. So now I'm going to change to this orangish color. And I'm going to start that at y0, because it's right on, actually, sorry, that is -1y. it's x0, my mistake, and I want to go down from x0 over to, looks like negative 12. Actually, that's not negative 12. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Looks like it's negative 8. And this should, unless it makes a liar out of me, create the orange pattern. Now I would want to then shrink this down 1. I want to come down 1 here. I'm going to start at 0, but now I'm going to come down at y negative 2, so I'm going to start right here. And I want to come down to this point, which should take me to y or x negative 7. And should create that pattern. So I have to really think about what I want to do, but regardless, I'm using this line pattern instead of doing point by point, which should be a much faster process, but I have to really think about what I want to do. So the point of this exercise is you can do point by point, but it's probably going to be faster for you if you use a line, rectangle, triangle, or iteration tool. When you are done, you make a screenshot of your finished design, and you can place it in place of this placeholder image, and then you can answer these questions as well, explaining how you created your BeadLoom. Did you use point by point, or did you actually do it using some kind of iteration?